a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
Welcome to The Bits, hosted by your favorite jam buds, Charlie
And Robert.
Ayo.
Hey,
Robert,
Charlie.
Robert,
Yeah?
you gotta open that book you got over there. Just open it. You know.
I'll be an open book for you.
You'll be an open book for me, really?
Yes.
I'll be a closed and locked book. I'm an enigma just for you.
You're not that complicated, bud. But we are looking at Open Book, which is season 1, episode 46 of Steven Universe, which premiered March 19th, 2015.
Ayo.
I think there was something you wanted to say on a new recording.
Oh, yes, I think we got some post.
Hey, Charlie, did the mailman bring us the post?
Hey, Mr. Postman, bring me a post. Bring me a post I love the most. Okay, let me see. Because I think I have to check Instagram DMs and our email because I think we got both. Let me find things. Our good friend Lulu sent us another DM asking about some interesting things. They want to know about if we think that silver and gold have economical worth in the universe. The show has said it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we know Steven uses money. I can't remember if coins are ever used though. But would you, for example, be able to trade gold at a pawn shop for cash? I feel like you should be able to. But how would you get a hold of it? Is gold still mined on Earth? Do minerals still course through this planet's veins? Lulu says, I can't find a complete list of all the gems mined on Earth in the show, but we have confirmed jasper, amethyst, and rose quartz. Jasper is a mineral, amethyst is a silicate mineral, and so is rose quartz. Gold is both an element and a mineral, so on one hand, you should be able to mine it on Earth for it to become a sentient soldier, but on the other hand, no other gem is categorized as an element. So could gold even have a solid form / gemstone? Thank you, Lulu. This is so much.
Now my brain hurts because now I have to think about this.
You know what we should do? For our potential bonus episode ideas, we could just have a hypothetical hour where we make all the elements on the periodic table into gemstones.
Oh, hell yeah. I can't wait till we get to uranium, francium.
We'd just be like, okay, so which one of these do you think has like this weapon and this weapon? We just design them.
Francium fights with a weapon that looks like a baguette.
I don't know, man. I don't know shit about science. I'm not a scientist.
Charlie, the element's called francium, after France. I'm making a joke about the French at the expense of the French.
Sweats in French. I'm so sorry.
That you're French, apology accepted.
Yeah. Thank you, Lulu, for this great hypothetical of like, oh my god, does gold exist in this world? Also, is it a gem? Unclear.
Thank you for making us think way too much about Steven Universe, as if we don't already do that.
And then we also got an email from Garrett. The title is Fan Who Is Male. Hello, Robert and Charlie. I wanted to send an email so you could have something to read during the Hey, Mr. Postman segment. Well, we sang it, so.
We did it.
I love the podcast and Steven Universe. I need to support all the queer creators that I can. Do you have any recommendations for queer media I need to watch? If this next question is too personal, you can skip it. Would you clarify your pronouns, please? From what I'd gathered, Robert is they, them, Charlie is Charlie's Charlie. Anyways, thank you so much for making this podcast and supplying us with so much joy every week about gay space rocks or Percy Jackson or anything in between. Feel free to read this on the pod. We just did.
We just did. All right. So, first question.
Queer media.
Queer media.
Obviously She-Ra and the Princess of Power on Netflix.
Heartstopper for me. Season 3 comes out later this year. Fantastic.
I mean, also Nimona on Netflix, as well as the graphic novel. I'm just going to recommend things made by N.D. Stevenson. The Owl House.
Owl House. How can we forget the Owl House? Hey, Charlie, once we're done with the Steven Universe podcast in like 6 years, you want to do an Owl House podcast?
Oh my God.
At least it'll be shorter. We'll get 2 seasons and then we'll get to season 3 and we're like, oh, cool. We got like a month left of record of stuff and we're done.
I was going to say like, yeah. That's so
There's like
fucking
30
short.
episodes or something like that. Yeah. As opposed to Mr. fucking Steven Universe, it's like 200 plus episodes.
Hey, it's okay. It's not going to be that long compared to both of my other podcasts, which are basically going to keep going until I die, and then I will have to find a new person to replace me for when I die so that the podcast can continue.
I honestly hope that Velma kills Scooby-Doo for a bit so that you can at least catch up before they announce the next Scooby-Doo
We'll
IP.
never cover that show.
Oh, no, you don't have to cover that show, but at least you'll be able to catch up to the point in the timeline where that show exists.
But there's also going to be a live action on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, there is. I forgot about that.
And I'm so hyped for it because it's going to be the live action, dark version, Riverdale-esque thing that I want.
You want edgy Scooby-Doo?
I want edgy Scooby-Doo so bad.
But not Velma.
No, Velma's bad. Velma's bad. It needs to be true to the characters, but also edgy.
Let Scooby say fuck.
Seriously, let Scooby say fuck. I just want Scooby to be like a talking dog, but because he's like possessed by a ghost or some shit, and that's why he can canonically talk. Or he's like a familiar or something. I want there to be some weird reason why this dog can talk canonically.
So the universe where Scooby's an alien and that's why he can talk, or descended from aliens, that's not good enough for you?
No, that's also great. I mean, they don't explain that till like nearly the end of the fucking show. Right. But it is great. Like that we get an explanation for why he can talk. We just sort of question it more before we got there.
That's Mysteries Incorporated, right?
Yeah, that's Mystery Incorporated. The best Scooby-Doo show.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that. And then
also,
pronouns. So from
kind of queer, not very queer. Sorry, Garrett. Technically, yeah. Velma dates Velma, but also not Velma. It's fine. The live action actress who played Velma, Linda Cardellini, plays a different character who is kind of like watered down Velma. They have an enemies to lovers implied to be dating by the end of the show.
And there's that newer Scooby-Doo adaptation where Velma falls for or has like a crush on the villain of the week, who happens to be a very attractive like femme person.
It's great. I don't remember liking much of that movie other than like Velma being so fucking gay. Her glasses like melt off.
Yeah, they steam up, they melt off. That was cute. Velma being smitten.
That happens to me too when I look at my girlfriend.
When you look at women. You know that meme that's like, man, I love when I wear sunglasses. People don't know where I look, and then it's like somebody looking at a pair of boobs. just putting their face like 2 inches away from boobs.
Yeah,
it's great.
I love it. It's great.
And then pronouns. Pronouns are easier for me. They, them, very distant, he, him. That's really it. Charlie. Hey, Charlie, what are your pronouns?
Okay. The problem is that my pronouns involves an entire conversation about gender and everything. Basically, I mean, like, they, them, but also, like, she, her, he, him. But, like, I don't know. If you're a queer person and you're my friend, I don't really care what you use for me, to be honest, because you understand me as a person. You understand my identity. But, like, to, like, the general public of people that I don't know, I want to be an enigma and not perceived. So they, them is the closest thing I can come up with there.
That answers that question.
You're welcome.
Here's the thing about pronouns is that I came to terms with my pronouns over COVID, as most people did. Hey, shout out to the people who because COVID forced you to sit down in your house alone, made you question things about yourself, and you're like, oh shit. Good times, not good times. They were terrible times, but also, hey, you find out something new about yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I figured out my shit before.
You figured out your shit long ago.
Yeah, it's okay.
Charlie, we're getting old. We're 30's around the corner.
Don't talk to me, Robert. I turn 27 next month.
You turn 27 in a little over 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks.
Let's see. When this episode comes out, it will be 10 days.
27. Here's the thing, Charlie. I've been 27 for, at the time of this recording, like 2.5 months or whatever, however long ago April 27th was.
I think that's longer than 2.5 months.
May, June, July. I bet for about almost 4 months. So I've been 27 for almost 4 months, and let me tell you, it's terrible. My knees hurt. I feel tired all
My
the
knees
time.
already hurt. I was already tired.
I think something's wrong with my health.
I think you need to go to a doctor.
I have insurance, so I should go to a doctor. Yeah, I think
You should in fact go to a doctor. At the time of recording, my insurance is going to run out today.
Quick, Charlie, go to a doctor appointment right now.
It's a whole thing.
Live recording from the doctor's office.
Listen, I end my job August 2nd. The open benefit enrollment was like the week that I put in my 2 weeks. I was like, what is the point of getting new benefits for 2 days of August?
Well, obligatory, knock on wood, please remain healthy until you move. Thank you very much.
No, I'll just drop dead tomorrow. Don't worry.
I mean, you're gonna catch a plague.
It's true. I am going to catch a plague.
And then after that, you're just gonna be super duper sick and crying and dying.
I'm always crying and dying. Moving is fun.
So I hope that answers your questions. Thank you for thank you for sending us mail. From a mail. Look at that. We did it.
Hey, it's fan mail. Get it?
Ha.
Ha.
Charlie, no, I don't get it. Can you explain the joke to me?
No.
Fuck. All right. So, Steven Universe, you want to talk about this episode?
I would love to talk about this episode because Steven is the most me that he's ever been in this episode. And I don't know if like I should like be hiding or like feel seen by this episode, you know?
All I can say is that I absolutely know what the question of this episode is going to be. Sometimes we have difficulties with what the question of the episode is going to be. We this is fucking locked in.
Yeah, I think so too.
So the episode starts off after Steven reads the last book in the Spirit Morph saga. He closes the book, and Connie's right there asking for his opinion. I don't know about you. I can't read a book someone recommends to me right in fucking front of them.
Nope, neither can I.
And then immediately be bombarded with, so what'd you think? So what'd you think? How was it? So what'd you think? I'm like, my guy, I will finish reading the book, and then I will tell you what I think in 2 to 4 business days. Thank you very much.
Just let me you know, have my emotions and
let me feel emotions, please,
and think about it in my own time. Like if I have an immediate thought about it, I will tell you.
Right.
But I love Steven being like, it's on this page. That's how I thought about the ending. I don't know. And then Connie, you know, Connie has feelings and emotions about this ending. I think Connie needs to make a podcast. Spoiler, she hates it. She should make a podcast about the Spirit Morph saga.
I need to know. I don't know. The thing is, I think this is the last time we get mentioned about the Spirit Morph saga, right? Or like one of the last times?
Yes. When we had Christina on, Steven was reading the books. He read them out of order. This is the thing with the Falcon, Archimicarus.
Yeah.
And like this would have been the other episode I would have tried to get her on for, but like timing. It's like 2 episodes away from each other. Who does that?
Yeah, who does that? Shout out to Max, because I was so confused when this was the next episode listed in our Google Drive that you have, that you've put all the episodes in order. But this is like the second to last episode of season 1 or something like that.
Yeah, literally, Max, what the fuck are you doing, actually?
At least it's in a little bit better order than Hulu. Hulu just flat out skips season 5, dude.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I literally, when I saw how fucked up Max's order is of the episodes, that's when I put everything into, like, our list based on the wiki, specifically.
Yeah.
and it totally was in the correct order at all times. It didn't get edited in any other way. Everything was recorded on the right order. What are you talking about?
Hey, yeah, a couple episodes there, they might sound like they might have been recorded out of order, and if you listen to the end, you might catch a little but no, they were recorded in the right order.
Yep. It's fine.
The funny thing is that you and some of the people in the Deus Ex media, like, creators, were like, that's not a good thing to do. People don't like getting tricked. But also it's probably one of our most listened to episodes.
Of course it is.
It just be what it be. Connie's like, I hate the book, and Steven agrees, and he wishes they could change the ending. So his gem opens up Rose's room, which gives Steven an idea. Because Rose's room is magic. He can pretty much generate whatever he wants in there.
Mm-hmm. But wait, Robert, we gotta talk about this ending. We gotta talk about the end of this book. So
Well, we find out what the end of the book is at the end of the episode, right?
no, we find out about it right now. I have the episode playing right here for me. So
Of course you do.
I
All right,
see what's happening.
please tell me, because I only remember how it was described, like, at the end, when Steven's like, I liked when this happened.
So Connie is she's going off about like the themes and everything about what the book series was about, and which is an anti-authoritarianism, whatever. She's saying like, oh my god, it was meaning something. There was like so much going on here, and then it became a romance plot about the main character, god, I've already forgotten her name, but and then the Falcon getting together. Lisa, that's her name. Lisa and her Falcon Archimicarus getting together because they turn the Falcon into a person and then they get married. And she's like so upset about that, and they talked about a wedding cake for like 20 pages or something. That sounds like that was written by J.R.R. Tolkien. Like, how do you talk about a wedding cake for 20 pages? I'm not gonna lie. How?
Very carefully.
Like, are they eating each piece in every page and describing it? Like,
it's just sort of like, that monologue that Light has. I don't know if you've ever watched Death Note, but there's a monologue Light has where he's like, I take a chip and I eat it. That's just sort of what it's like for 20 pages.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go into Rose's room and see how we can make a better ending, maybe. Or anything you want, really.
So Steven like puts on a little. I love this little. He wishes to look like Archimicarus. I love this little fucking costume. It's adorable.
I want to be a Falcon. You got to keep it simple, Steven. Like, Connie could not get the Infinity Fair because that's a little bit too much of the room. Last time I tried to make all of Beach City, it short-circuited a lot.
Yes, and everything was fucking creepy.
I want to dress as this Falcon. Like,
it's adorable. It's like a Falcon poncho over I want to say that's like a sweater vest, slacks, and nice shoes.
Yeah, the little hat and the little cape. Like,
I love him. I love him so much.
Beautiful, amazing. Where is my fan art of Steven in this and Connie in like the Lisa outfit? Where is it?
It probably exists.
It probably does.
But because the room doesn't obey what Connie says, Steven has an idea, which is, hey, let's make a costume shop so that you can go into the costume shop and you can dress however you want.
She's making a cosplay.
She's making a cosplay. We love that. And after a few moments, Steven says that he wants to see her.
Famous last words.
And Connie exits the shop. I mean, nothing's wrong. He wants to see her, and Connie exits the shop. And she's in costume. It's a cute little costume where she has like an eye patch. She has a pink cloak. She has like an armor. She looks like some kind of knight.
She's got like a black tunic. You know, she looks kind of medievally. It's very cute. I guess canonically Lisa just has an eye patch, and that's a thing because both Connies have an eye patch in this episode.
This would be so much more interesting to mention about her character. Like, how does she lose this eye? Other than, instead of mentioning, oh, she's marrying her fucking bird. I'm like, there are more interesting aspects of this character you could be talking about, Connie.
Tell me how she lost her eye. We all know she lost her dad, apparently.
Mood, I feel that.
Yeah, the last episode. Robert!
So I lost my dad. When am I losing my eye? When do I marry? Does that mean Max a bird? Am I marrying him in a few years?
It's Thor! It's Ragnarok! He lost Odin, and then he lost his eye!
In that order.
Robert, you're gonna lose an eye.
Oh, fuck. That means my sister is gonna stab my eye out while we're fighting on top of a giant-ass tower. I don't want that to happen. That sucks. I like my eyes.
Plot twist, it's just your glasses lens because you got 4 eyes right there.
Oh god. Sometimes I think about that scene in Spider-Man 2 where Doc Ock's wife dies because, spoiler by the way for a 20-year-old movie, dies because dies because a piece of glass like launches into her face and eyes, and I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Ow.
Ouch indeed. So Stephen and Connie,
Quote unquote Connie.
what do you mean? That's Connie. They're trying to spend a lot of time coming up with a new ending, but every time they get to like, I guess a decision has to be made, Connie always asks Steven what he wants to do, and Steven's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And then Connie is like, "Well, what do you want to do?" And it's just this endless thing.
Steven, poor guy. Poor guy. So he's just like, okay, well, we know what the ending was. We don't want to do that. We're gonna start a different proposal. We're gonna start a business proposal. They sell like turkey legs. We gotta talk about this cool little animal that they feed turkey legs to. What's it called, Robert? Do you
What
remember?
is it called? I forgot.
The
No, I do not.
wind lizard.
The wind lizard. I need to understand more
He's
about this
just
book. They're explaining the wrong things from this book. Like
they really are.
I can totally see why Connie hates it if this is all what the book's about. But clearly there has to be more. There has to be plot. There has to be character. There has to be a reason why Lisa's eye got fucking stabbed out or whatever. Like, please
There
tell
has
us
to be a
more.
reason why her dad got kidnapped and then killed. There has to be a reason why this wind lizard exists. He's like a giant chubby lizard with tiny wings. I love this guy. Amazing, beautiful. Get me 10 of them. You know how that pearl point's going to.
Oh hell yeah. So then at last Connie asks Steven what he wants, and Steven's like, I'm trying my hardest, but I need to know what you want. And Connie starts breaking down, repeating the word want. And that's when Steven realizes, oh no, this isn't Connie, this is a room manifestation.
And you told the room, don't do what I want. Specifically, I don't want you to do what I want. And that's why, literally, it's a computer program going in a circle. Like,
we have broken this Connie. The real Connie must be back at the costume shop. Steven undoes everything except the fake Connie, who says, hey, you don't want me to do what you say. And it's like, oh fuck.
oh shit. Can't get rid of her.
No, we can't. It's like trying to use Task Manager to close a program, but the program is lagging so badly it can't close.
Yep.
Steven flies away on a wind lizard, but that's wild. So yeah, fake Connie grabs the tail and pushes Steven off. They land near the costume shop where Connie is calling out for Steven, which I think is like also harrowing and creepy. This is probably another episode we should have brought in Josh on for.
Yeah, correct. I mean, like, the specific moment where Steven has, like, fallen, and then behind him we get creepy, fake Connie in a wedding dress, still with the eye patch, because I assume she's dressed as, like, Lisa, the wedding dress, but, like, there's also the insinuation of, like, oh, Steven wants to marry Connie. Huh, interesting.
I hope that doesn't come back to haunt him in, like, 200 episodes.
Yep. Uh-huh. Totally doesn't. So she's just like tackling him, and then actual Connie is coming out in a even more badass version of the Lisa costume. She's got like a sword too, I think. Like,
the thing is, fake Connie like ordered the costume online. Real Connie made it from scratch.
exactly. Yes. Not to say that you can't order your costume online and it can't look good.
Yeah, if you want to go cosplaying at a con, don't let anyone hold it from you and be like, oh, you have to make it from scratch. Like, no, dude, that takes time, effort, and money. If you just want to buy a Spider-Man suit and run around, by all means, do what you got to do. It's fun.
It lets you have fun at the con. It's great.
Yeah.
Just don't go entering a costume contest.
No, here's the thing. Costume contests are definitely for people who made everything from scratch. New York Comic Con 2023 was a great costume contest. I don't remember who the winner was. I think it was based off a character from the Adventure Zone, which Darian can tell us more about because I have not really been listening to it so much. Oh no, it's not Adventure Zone. Critical Role. That's where it's from.
Oh, okay.
Which is, as you completely know, Charlie, it is a dropout show featuring Brennan Lee Mulligan a lot.
I know nothing. I know these things are based off of D&D, and that's all I got. Not gonna lie.
So Steven asks for help, and Connie has a short fight with the fake Connie, but the fake Connie seems to ignore her, trapping Steven. Steven finally gives in and admits that he likes the book's ending, and that's when fake Cloud Connie evaporates.
Yeah. Also, is Is it foreshadowing because Connie's like using a sword to fight fake Connie? Is that foreshadowing for Connie?
She was trying to show fake Connie how to be strong in the real way.
Hey! Yeah. So yeah, Steven likes the ending of the book. Huh. You know why? Why? Because he he saw the signs. He was like, "No, I always thought like he really cared about her. He's a falcon, but he can fall in love too." Connie had to explain like the concept of familiars to Steven so many times. He's not even actually like a falcon, I assume, because he's a familiar. And familiars are like whatever spirits types things that like are specifically for a person to help them and all of that. And just he comes in the form of a falcon. Whatever. Falcons can fall in love too.
Falcons can fall in love too.
Anyway, I'm with Steven here. I feel like if I read this book series, I'd also be like, yeah.
This is cute. Here's the thing. This is in no way, shape, or form even close. What I'm about to say. Hey, spoilers if you haven't read Heroes of Olympus. But being held down by like a powerful being and being forced to confess something you don't want to confess kind of reminds me of Nico confessing that he likes Percy. It's nowhere near the same by any means, but it's like the same kind of vibe.
Robert, why do you gotta hit me with these feels? Why do you gotta do that?
Because it's fun. I mean, it just really is. Charlie, how well are you aware of D&D TikTok right now at the time we're recording this?
Not very aware?
Are you aware of Fartbuckle the Goblin?
No.
Oh my god, Charlie, there's whole lore about Fartbuckle. It's great, but I don't know why I'm thinking about him too. Anyway, yeah, so the episode ends with Steven and Connie talking about why Archimicus obviously had feelings, and at the end we see a drawing of Lisa and Archimicus getting married, and that's how the episode ends, and that's cute.
He drew the thing, and he also wanted to draw a picture of the wedding cake. Steven just cares about this thing, and it's so cute. Also, earlier when he was trying to come up with the endings for Connie, he did another cute thing where he was just like, "You wanted it to be anti-authority, I guess. So the authorities come after us because we don't have a permit to sell these turkey legs or something, and they start attacking them." It's really funny.
Oh boy. All cops are bastards, including the fictional cloud cops that were going to arrest Steven and Connie for their illegal business.
All cops are clouds.
All cops are clouds. A cack.
A cack.
It's amazing. Oh, right. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Robert.
Would you like to go to the Crystal Temple for some trivia?
I would love to. Okay. Whoa, did you know that we only have Zach Allison and Grace Rowlett, the voices of Steven and Connie respectively, for this episode? Did you know that?
I did not know that. But did you also know that Ruby and Sapphire appear in the promo art at a table in a library with Pearl? This is similar to the school theme of the promo art: political power, the test, maximum capacity, and too far.
It's so cute. In this art, we also got like Connie as a librarian. Oh, that's so cute.
Steven's got a little tie.
Oh man, are these? I feel like these are all done by Rebecca Sugar. No? Yes?
Rebecca, someone should ask her honestly, because Rebecca Sugar at this point is heavily on TikTok, being like, "Oh yeah, here is the first drawings of Rose, of Pearl, of this and that. Here's what I went through with this song, that song." So someone needs to ask them.
I was gonna say this looks like the little pieces of art that I see on their Instagram sometimes of Steven Universe. So I feel like that's that. Anyway, we're getting all this information from the Steven Universe wiki of Open Book. Our cultural references are the Steven's Archimicus costume looks very similar to ones worn by the characters from Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. What the fuck is this?
What is this? Science Ninja Team Gotcha. Oh, it's an
anime.
Manga? Anime? It's an anime.
Both? It's probably both.
It's probably both. Original release, Fuji TV on October 1st, 1972.
Oh, I see it. It's because they...
Charlie, I don't know if you've watched... Oh yeah, I could see. I don't know if you've watched old anime, but that's cool.
That is an old anime for sure. No, I definitely see it. Literally, like, the capes, one of them even has, like, a beak. I mean, a couple of them actually have beaks on their heads. That's very cool. I like it.
It's really cute. The video games shown in Steven's room at the end of the episode appear to be Animal Crossing and The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Bangers, both of them. This would be the GameCube Animal Crossing because the Switch Crossing wouldn't come out till like 2018, 19, whatever. I know it came out just before COVID, and after COVID hit, everyone was playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Oh no, I already talked about this paradox, but the paradox that Steven created by ordering Cloud Connie not to follow his orders is very similar to the famous liar paradox.
So the liar paradox goes like this. If you say out loud, I am telling a lie, you have just said the word I'm telling a lie, which means you are saying the words I've just said are a lie. But if that's correct, that means you just told the truth. But if that's the truth, that means the phrase you just said, paradoxes are fucking weird. It also, what's the one that everyone goes to? This sentence is false. Because if this sentence is false, that means that the sentence in general is true. But if it's true, then it can't be what the sentence says. It's not false. And if it's not false, then it can't be, again, paradox is weird. They make your brain go blah, blah, blah.
I did, in fact, take logic as my quantitative analysis requirement in college.
Where'd all that logic go, Charlie? Do you have any of that logic still?
Nope. It's gone.
Fuck.
The logic went out the window.
Connie's initial synopsis of The Witch's Familiar closely mirrors the plot of The Golden Compass, with some elements of Harry Potter thrown in. Again, I agree with Christina from what she said at the end of the last time she was here. It's just a generic children's YA book.
I don't know. When I was looking at the wiki and the things, let me see. There's like a whole wiki page here for the Spirit Morph Saga. Let's look at, we have similarities here. Okay, there's trivia on that page. Let's see, it bears similarities to other urban fantasy novels, but especially his Dark Materials. We have a main character of the series who has a familiar, much like a daemon, which everybody has. She's searching for her father, who has gone missing. There's anti-authoritarian themes. There's a lot of stuff here that seems similar, apparently. And then, the final book of the series name is an explicit reference to a line from his Dark Materials. Interesting. And the fact that Connie dislikes the ending of the Spirit Morph Saga could be a reference to the fact that, she dislikes the happy ending of this series, could be a reference to the unpopular and very sad ending of his Dark Materials instead. She complains that it could be that the final book was censored, which the final book of his Dark Materials was censored in the US. Interesting. Anyway, that's just me being like, I don't know enough about his Dark Materials, but the information that was presented to me and gathered makes it seem like it could actually be a reference.
Hey, Charlie, let's do His Dark Materials podcast.
No. From what I've heard, that is a very involved
terrible
series.
Book series.
Terrible series?
That's what I've also heard. I heard it's not good. Here's the thing. A lot of the books that came out when you were a kid were probably not super duper good. They were written for children, but that doesn't mean they can't be also
I was going to say, I've heard that the movie was bad. I've heard the books are good.
Oh, no, that's what I've heard. That's where I was confused. The books are okay. The movie's shit.
I've heard that the books are good. It's anti-religion, especially, I think, anti-Christian, which, hey, I have no problem with that. As a post-Catholic myself, I have no problems. The fact that I already know that it has an unhappy ending makes me be like, no, I probably don't actually want to read this ever, just because I'm not a big fan of sad endings.
No one is.
Anyway, the numerous pages describing the wedding cake in Destiny's End are reminiscent of the original Princess Bride novel. Okay. The book Mr. Goldman is reading contains an entire chapter, which he skims over, describing wedding preparation in extreme detail. Okay.
Here's the thing. Chapters can be whatever you want. I believe there's a chapter in one of who's the Game of Thrones guy? Fucking
George R. R. Martin?
Yeah, then there's a book. There's one of the chapters in his book where he just says a word the entire time. Chapters are whatever you want them to be. So the Spirit Morph Saga book series from Marble Madness is played out in this episode. This shows that the episode occurs at some point between Marble Madness and The Return, due to the remains of the gem warship not being shown in the title card. So yeah, The fact that it is on Max in that weird way, contradictory.
Yeah, I don't like the way that Max does things. For multiple reasons. This is the 4th time we see Rose's room after Together Breakfast, Rose's room, and Steven and the Stevens.
This is the 2nd time the tiny floating well appears, which first appears in Rose's room.
Connie's wearing the same outfit that she wore in Lion 2, the movie.
And Steven seems to have more control over Rose's room compared to the first time he went in, since he exited without any trouble.
Fun times.
Fun. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Robert.
So obviously the question has to be, was
We
there
do pearl
ever...
points first, Robert.
Oh, I forgot.
My
Can we
pearl
give me your pearl
point,
points too?
Wind Lizard.
Just because he's back for the repeat and I think he only comes back one more time. Tiny floating whale. That's my boy.
Actually, wait. We're going to do half and half because I also have to give it to the Falcon costume.
Oh, the Falcon costume. So I'll agree with you. I'm giving it half to Tiny Floating Whale, half to the Falcon costume, because that Falcon costume's fucking cute.
It's amazing. Falcon costume. Best thing.
Falcon.
Okay,
And
the
then-
question...
Obviously has to be something along the lines of, have you ever disagreed with the general opinion, the general public about a book or a movie or something like that, a piece of media?
I would say especially, have you ever liked a piece of media that the general public has not liked?
I'm trying to think if I have.
That happens to me so often. I just like media. This is my my reputation among my friends is that I am just an enjoyer of media compared to like people who hate watch things. I'm just sitting here like I just like it.
I don't think there's anything I hate. Here's the thing, I guess by technicality, because if you go on like, I don't know, Marvel Twitter or whatever, you'll have a billion people being like, oh, the Deadpool and Wolverine was terrible. And I'm like, I liked it. Could have been better, but I liked it.
I loved it. I had no problems with I had one problem with it, and they didn't need the joke about the R slur. Not gonna lie.
No, they didn't. It would have been significantly better because the joke plays out where Deadpool's like, spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine, where Deadpool tells Blade, who's a secret cameo, I thought you were retired. And Blade says the R word. What would have been funnier and completed the joke would have been if Blade said, what did you call me? And then Deadpool can go into his spiel about, oh, hey, we might be in the void, but don't try and get me canceled, bro.
Yeah.
That would have been funnier. But
Yeah,
no, they went with that. It was
You can make reference to it without like saying it and saying
it.
that someone called you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Literally, I was trying to tell my friend, oh my god, you should watch this movie. It's so good. I will say, trigger warning for this one thing, because like I'm trying to also sell it to like one of my autistic friends. Like, there is this one instance of this, but it's fucking Blade.
Yeah. So then that's the end of the episode. Charlie.
Oh wait, should we mention some other media though that we like that other people don't like?
Are we just gonna? Is this how we're ending the podcast? We're just gonna spend 20 minutes being like, "Here's other things we've been watching and
Here's
reading
other
that you should
things
read and watch."
that we like.
This is not OTEG,
OTEG stole that from the restricted section.
and this is not the restricted section.
You're welcome.
Which I think many people involved will be like, "Thank God this is not the restricted section,"
Including the people who make the restricted section. Shout out to Christina.
Shout out to Christina. So no, but Charlie, end of the episode. Thank you for recording with me. And as always, if every podcast was perfect,
we wouldn't have the bits. Bye.
Bye.
You can follow this podcast socials at The Bits SU Pod on Instagram and Tumblr. You can send a message to our Diamond line through thebitssupod@gmail.com. Be sure to give us a rating, a review, or let your friends and followers know how much you love the podcast. That really helps. Our music was written and produced by Jason Hilton. You can find him at Negative Selections on Instagram. You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, and I also have an art Instagram at GreenPixieDraws.
You can find me, Robert, at the Damn Meme page on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Damn is spelled D-A-M. If you want to hear more from me, check out one of my many podcasts. I have a Once Upon a Time podcast called Entering Storybrooke, a Kim Possible podcast called That's a Sitch, and an Oseman Verse podcast called the Truum Grammar Book Club.
The Bits is proud to be a part of Deus Ex Media, which features great podcasts like Burn Before Reading, a podcast about shiterature, where your hosts, Christina and Leela, cringe about writing.
I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading,
the podcast about shiterature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumped.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling it.
It's not terrible.
No one really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
Deus Ex Media.